will own the metaverse? With large companies already harvesting your data, it may be worth paying attention to who is going to be key in building the metaverse. When Facebook wheeled out Mark Zuckerberg in July 2021 to announce their name change to Meta, it triggered a slew of other companies entering the metaverse themselves. However, at this point, the earliest iterations of a metaverse-like ecosystem well and truly already existed. Persistent virtual social experiences like Cybertown and Second Life had already come and gone. Large-scale video games were already using virtual spaces and social interaction to enrich their players' video game experience. The likes of VR Chat and Rec Room were already giving us an idea of what a device-agnostic future might look like. So why the sudden interest from these large tech companies into what the metaverse was going to look like? Well, one of the likely reasons that Meta has signaled their interest in the metaverse is to do with the underlying technology on what the metaverse might be built with, and that's going to impact their ability to collect your data.
Firstly, a purposely brief and vague history of the internet. In the early 90s through to around 2004, we had Web 1.0. This version of the internet was largely owned by the individual or corporation. Web pages were largely static, and you would mostly use the internet to look at cat photos and cake recipes without having to worry about someone trying to sell you something. Web 2.0 post-2004 ushered in the age of social media, and users were now able to comment and interact with other users on large numbers of different platforms, all while companies like Facebook and also Facebook sold your data to, let's say, people who would use it to help you make decisions ranging from what tie to buy to what president to elect. Finally, we have the future state of the internet, Web 3.0, the home of fun terms like blockchain, Bitcoin, and NFTs, also likely the foundation to which much of the metaverse will be built in the future.
So the problem for large tech companies is that Web 3.0 means you now own your own data. It's decentralized at its core, so instead of you owning this photo of a loved-up pigeon in one place, it would carry with you in a digital wallet, and you'd be able to take it to whatever virtual space you wanted to. Web 3.0 is still a very long way from becoming standard. In fact, most experts believe the metaverse will likely be built on a Web 2.5, which will have aspects of both 2 and 3. This still poses a problem for the likes of Meta and Apple and Amazon, who thrive on owning their users' data. The usual business model of taking your data and selling it on to a third party for advertising becomes a hell of a lot more difficult if everyone suddenly owns their own data again. The best way to get around this, of course, would be to play a large part in building the foundations of the metaverse. This way you get to have a much larger say in what a mainstream metaverse might look like. The end result, though, is that you, the user, now have a second chance to decide who owns your data. And this is going to become even more important as technology evolves and ways of collecting information about users become even more intrusive. You have a second chance to have a say. Use it wisely.